Today we're going to be going over a skill that is going to be a fairly advanced skill. We are going to work on the L-sit strict false grip ring pull-up. And when we do this ring pull-up, we are actually going to make physical contact with our chest. I'll go over the different ways that we can scale this in order to actually try to develop the skill and be able to build strength as we do it. As we go into this full movement, the movement starts off with our arms fully extended up overhead. We're going to grab that false grip in the ring and making sure that we're grabbing the center of that bottom portion of the ring. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves into an L position, lifting the legs, and then pulling ourselves to get a full tap of our hands to our chest. All right, the lower down that we can go on this, the better it can be. Now, that's going to be a very advanced skill. And while we will be working on 10 sets of 3, the goal here is to try to do at least 1 first. If you're able to do 1, then we like to see you continue to do 10 sets of 1, building that false grip strength, potentially getting us and moving us to the strict ring muscle up. Now, if we're not able to go ahead and do that one just yet, we can go ahead and start to scale a few different ways. The first one is going to be a little bit more of a bent arm start. So we can go ahead and lower these rings down and then start to kind of maintain that false grip as we pull. And because we're not going to pull as much, the range of motion is going to be decreased. We may have a better chance of getting that false grip and lifting our body up off the ground. So same thing, now we're here in more of a 90 degree. I'm going to lift my legs and now I can pull to my chest. So that's going to be one way that we can scale it. If that's not something that we can do just yet, don't get discouraged. There's many other ways that we can go into this. We can go ahead and keep the arms where they are with that 90 degree bend. We can start to lift up one leg and try to pull to the chest. You can switch legs as you do that in order to make that difficulty something that is hard to maintain. We want to make sure that we're pulling our bodies up and not leaning back and pulling ourselves and our center of our body to the rings. This is very different than pulling and keeping your face close to the rings. If that's still challenging, we can progress it even further by keeping both feet on the ground and extended. And again, we're pulling our head up towards the rings and getting our chin past that. Now, if this is too easy, but the other one's too difficult, we can go ahead and then increase the difficulty by raising those rings up a little bit higher. If we're still not there yet and we still haven't reached that point where we can actually get that full range of motion, we can go ahead and start to bend one leg, lifting one up and coming through. And then again, if we need it even further, we can go ahead and bend both legs and go ahead and continue to work on that ring pull up. We want to make sure that we're establishing a good false grip as we move through it. And when we are pulling, I can't emphasize enough that we really want our head to be going up towards the rings and not back towards the wall behind us. So this is going to be a few ways that we can scale. And again, we're going to be trying to get 10 sets of 3 reps. But if you're not able to completely get all 3, we can kind of scale down to 2 or 1. But we are going to try to make it as difficult as possible with one of these many options.